Hey, hey, everybodies. Do you see what I see? You see this one little section right over here? That is all I have left to do on Maleficent. Just this little bit right here. And she will be done. So I thought maybe I'd do a whip and chat and do some of it. You probably won't see all of it because it's going to take me longer than 30 minutes to an hour to do it. But plus the game comes on at 3:25, which go Chiefs. We are big Chiefs fans in this house, me and Maddie and my sister downstairs. She will come up for it. I'm going to make taco dip. So I took this off because it was bugging the heck out of me, but now I need part of it on there. I'm going to cut part of it off so it doesn't make so much noise. Yeah, so let's see what's been going on with me. Not a whole heck of a lot. Pretty much same old, same old. I don't do a whole heck of a lot. Did some running today. I've changed Maddie's food. Put her on science diet for a little while. Thinking, science diet used to be the be-all, end-all of foods. And then found out that it's got pecan shells in it. As a source of fiber. Okay, well, there are other sources of fiber I would think that would be better for her than pecan shells. So she is now on Taste of the Wild, which seems to be agreeing with her quite well. So she's on that. She's still on prednisone for another week. So she's still thinking she's starving to death. She's not. She gets fed 3 times a day. But if you listen to her, she's not getting enough to eat,
This is a reminder. Take my pills.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, so it's time for me to take my pills.
Is a reminder.
So
take my pills.
I'm going to pause you guys for just a second. Okay, I'm back. So, as you can see, I have to have reminders because I forget things. That's part of the fibromyalgia. So, anyway, where was I? Maddie's food, she's doing well on, but she will tell you that she's starving to death. So anytime I eat, she's looking at me like, Mom, I'm not eating all day. Or anytime this week. Possibly this month. So, yeah, she begs awfully. And I finally got her off of people food, so she just tries to convince you that she's got to have everything you eat. The only people food she gets is when I'm having popcorn, she gets a piece or two of popcorn, which really isn't all that good for them, but when I'm watching a movie, she likes to watch with me, and we eat popcorn. So there's that. Let's see. Went today and with my sister so that she could get gas and I could get a new bag of dog food, because I started off with a 5-pound bag just to see if she'd like it, if she'd tolerate it, because apparently the issue with Maddie's that started off, that caused Maddie's butt problem, was an allergy. And the vet's pretty sure that it was the food I was feeding her, which was Purina Pro Plan. Or Pro Plan Plus or something. I can't remember. It's Purina Pro. which is a good food. It, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a great food. It's just it was not a great food for Maddie. So she was having issues with it. And because she developed an allergy to it, she had an abscess. Her anal glands got abscessed. And she also had an abscess on her foot. And she's better now. She's much, much better. I just have to, because it caused scar tissue in her anal glands, I now have to keep an eye on it and make sure that, she doesn't have an issue in the future. So, there's that. Because that was an expensive fix. And I don't have a lot of money for vet bills. So, yeah. But she's better now. Yay. So, then, let's see, what else is new? What else? Let's see, so I ran and got her new, like I said, I bought about a 5-pound bag to see if how she'd do on it, and she's fine with it. And it's got no grains in it, which is, I think, part of the issue from the other food was the grains. So this is all, it's got venison and bison in it, and it's a lot of protein and probiotics and good stuff. We made sure we read through all the ingredients and made sure that it was all good stuff. Because, I will feed her the best I can afford before I feed her crap. I will eat ramen every night before I feed her, something nasty for her. So I have her old food that I need to donate to the shelter, which is what I usually do if I have to switch her over from something. I take her old food to the shelter and donate it. So we have her old food to donate. But she's doing much better. She's back to her old playful self. But she does stick close to me lately. She's not... If I'm in here, she's usually laying either in this room or she's laying in the doorway or just outside the doorway. She doesn't leave my side much of late. She's where she was very much in tune with my mom before my mom passed. She is now... It took her a little while, I guess, to get totally in tune with me. Because she, like I said, she is my service dog. And I'm not saying she wasn't in tune with me, because if my anxiety got high, she did tune in and, push me into a chair and make sure that I was okay. But now she's just staying close to me. Even when, my anxiety is not high. She stays close by. Which is good. Because I like knowing where she's at. When she's okay. And so, plus she's good company. So, be lost without that baby dog. In fact, she is laying right over there on the floor. I need to get her a new bed for Christmas. That's usually what I get her for Christmas, is a new bed. And then I usually donate her old bed to the shelter, but maybe this year I will move her old bed in here and put her new bed in the living room. That way she's got two beds. We shall see. So, but anyway, what else has been going on? We've had some strange weather. It got cold enough that I turned on the heater. And, I mean, I had the windows open until it got down to freezing. I mean, we had below zero, not below zero, but below freezing temperatures. It got down in 21. A couple of nights in a row, we got down to like 21 degrees, which is pretty chilly. I missed one of those. So I had closed up the windows and I actually turned the heater on for a day. You know, it wasn't coming on during the day, but it was coming on at night. So it gets a little chilly in here at night when it gets that cold, because I do live in an old school that's not insulated real well. Come off there. So, and then, where did I see that? And it got back up in the 80s, so the air's back on. And tomorrow it's supposed to be rainy and chilly, so I'll probably turn the air back off and open the house back up again, because I like to air out the house as much as I can. It's before it gets totally too cold to do it. I like fresh air in the house, especially since I smoke. It helps air the house out. But I've been vaping more than I smoke lately, so it saves me on money, because I'm cash poor right now after the vet bills. So, although my sister had to help me with those. So, not my sister downstairs, my sister in Springfield. If it wasn't for her, I would not have had the money to do that. So, come off there. So, anyway, but I'm all caught up on all but one of my shows. Not caught up on Station 19 yet. That's one that my sister downstairs and I watched together, so I still have an episode of that to catch up on. But I'm caught up on Handmaid's Tale. Boy, June is whack job. But caught up on that. I'm caught up on 911 and caught up on Masked Singer. I watched an eclectic bunch of shows. Caught up on The Resident. I love that show. caught up on Monarch. That's kind of interesting. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on there. It's kind of like a Dallas show. It's like, but so anyway, it's kind of interesting. But I like oh, his name just flew right out of my head. The tall guy that sings. That tells you a lot, doesn't it? What's his name? Country singer. Every light in the house is on. That guy. I really like him. Like him so much I can't think of his name off the top of my head. That's going to bug the heck out of me. It'll come to me in the middle of the night. I'll sit up in bed and just, say his name out loud. Freak the dog out. What is his name? And one of you guys will tell me in the comments, I'm sure. Anyway. He's one of my favorite singers. I really like him. So, in fact, he's the reason I decided to start watching that show. So, but I can't think of his name. I'm sure it starts with a T. So anyway, so I'm caught up on all my shows except for Station 19. And then we'll watch the Chiefs game tonight. And then all my shows start over again tomorrow. But how many of you guys will have to use up all the drills in the tray before you pour more, even though you know you need more? Or is that just me and my OCD? Because I know I'm going to need a lot more because there's still all of these, and then there's some more down here of this color. And I know that I've only got this many more in the tray. But I have to use up what's in the tray before I can put more in the tray. Hush, baby. You don't have to bark because Naveen barked. What Killer says is between Killer and himself. My neighbor's dog's name is Naveen. Excuse me. But he's a little dachshund. And I swear, every time I've seen him, which has been like 3 times since he moved in, he growls at you like he's going to chew your leg off. So I call him Killer. And it's funny how the little ones think that they're just the biggest dog on the block. I should know I had a 3-pound Yorkie who, to hear her tell it when the pizza guy would come, she was the biggest dog on the block. And, my 60-pound Canaan thinks she's a lap dog. She will try to get up in my sister's lap. If she was allowed on the when she was allowed on the couch, she did get in my sister's lap. More than once. But she's no longer allowed on the couch because I got tired of it taking 5 minutes for me to sit down without wearing a puppy on my butt. So she's not allowed up there anymore. I have to keep stuff on it to keep her. I've got a couple of Swiffer handles from the Swiffer, the long Swiffer handles from the floor Swiffers that I keep on the couch when I'm not sitting on it. So I've decided in the evening I'm probably going to start cross-stitching again, just so that I can sit in there and watch TV and, not be sitting in here all the time at night. Because, I don't know, I've just gotten the bug to start cross-stitching. I dug a bunch of stuff out that I already had. A couple of kits and one thing that I already have all the fabric. I've got the fabric and the floss for. So, decided I'm going to do that. That's after I do some of these mini things that I've got to make for my great some things I've got to make for Christmas presents. Oh, somebody's there we go. It went off after a bit. I don't know whose car alarm that was. Sounded like Miss Katie's. Since it was right outside my window, that's whose I'm gonna guess it was. So, but anyway, so I've got some small stuff to make for Christmas presents for a few people that I'm gonna make, while I'm sitting, probably some while I'm working, watching the football game, maybe. I can do some of it then. So, and then once I'm done with that, I'll probably start stitching in the evening. Just so. But things I used to do that I stopped doing for one reason or another. And I love my hands. Would have just squeaked that right out of my fingers. I wasn't careful. They have no grip. So. Excuse me. So, but what I'm probably going to work on first, since I have everything for it, where did I put it? Is a moose. I would show you the pattern, but I've moved it to where I can't reach it. It's probably going to be a moose for my brother-in-law, because he's a moose, and he always has been, even in high school. He was a moose. So, started it once, but I started it on... I started it on the right fabric, but instead of doing it over two, I did it over one, so it was going to be really tiny. And so I got to restart it. Which is not that big a deal. I wasn't that far into it. But I think that's why I stopped, was because I was like, no, this isn't working out like I wanted it to. So, I had originally bought fabric that was already on a frame, but which would have been big enough, except for the fabric inside the frame is not big enough. The frame itself was big enough. And I guess if I did it without the border, I could get the moose in there, but it would look funny without the border. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to start stitching. I may even try stitching on paper. I've never done that before. But I was watching some of Stitcherista's stuff, and she was stitching on paper, and I was like, you know, that looks kind of interesting. And I could do the moose on paper, because it's the right size for that, I think. So, we shall see. I would have to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow and look. So, I've never stitched on paper before. But it is something for me to keep in mind. But I'm not starting it right away, so I don't have to go tomorrow. I can wait and go some other day. I have other things to do first. So, I have other projects first. First I have to finish this, which I'm hoping to finish today, if not during the day, then after the football game. So, because it seems like it takes me forever to finish, since I have to. I know it would be so much faster if I would multi-place, but I just suck at multi-placing so badly. And yes, I know if I would practice, I would get better, but look how much I've gotten done just in the span of time I've talked to you. Well, I gotta go fix these guys because they pop up. Do you think if I sell this, I will redo it for me? Because I have somebody interested in buying this. But it's going to be sealed within an inch of its life. So, but if I don't finish it today, it will be finished in the morning. Depends on how I feel after the football game. Football game will be over by, 6, 7. So, and it doesn't start for another close to 2 hours. So, I should be able to get this done in 2 hours, I would think. There's only a few more colors. Most of them is this one. So, anyway. And I've rambled on at you for over 30 minutes about nothing. But I was excited to show you that I was almost done. So, the next time I talk to you, this will be done and I will be working on something else. But I will, post a picture on Instagram of this being done. So, if you want to check out my Instagram, it's under the same name. So, it's under Crafty Rabbit. So, you can check it out there. It should be posted hopefully today. Anyway, excuse me. I had a sandwich for lunch. And I didn't want to ruin my dinner, but I'm making taco dip, which is taco bake that's not baked. It's a one-dish meal that we use as a dip for. If anybody wants the recipe, let me know, and I can do that. So, anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to sit here and finish this, because I'm going to finish it before the game. So, I will talk at y'all later. Bye, everybody's. Oh, love y'all. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you're not. And hope y'all have a good Sunday. And go Chiefs.